Hey, welcome back. So in this lecture, we'll take a look at some of the key elements of the background and the template of our report. So let's jump into PowerPoint now. So I have the PowerPoint presentation open in front of me, and this is what we are doing here. So the small trick here is to understand So the small trick here is to understand before even starting your work on Power BI or PowerPoint, firstly, it depends on you on what type of data you are trying to analyze, what kind of KPIs you are trying to work on. So before working on this specific report, let's say for finance department, which we are working on, I have figured out or analyzed, okay, on my very first page, these will be the three visualizations or at least the three KPIs which I will be targeting or analyzing. These will be the two slicers and these will be the two KPI cards which I want to put on. So if you have that level of clarity in your mind before starting your work, that's all you need to do as a prerequisite to start on. So let's say for finance, I was sure, okay, these were the three KPIs I have to work on. So what I did is on a blank presentation, the very first thing which you have to do is to give it a pretty good background, in terms of what you have to do is to give it a pretty good background color right onto this, right onto your slide. And if you want to take the same background color which I have took here, all you need to do is simply go to insert or all you need to do is simply just maybe select any of these elements from here, click on shape fill and select the eyedropper. Once you do that, just hover over on any of on the background and you will be seeing the code of and you will be seeing the RGB code here right into it, which of dark purple. So the same RGB code I can put up in my blank area of canvas. So I can right click on it, I can click on format background, keep it solid fill, and from the color go to more colors, and here you can update your RGB codes. Just like that, I put up the same RGB code here, and as soon as you click on OK, you will get the background available with you. Of course, you can also duplicate the slide which I've created, but I just want to make sure that you understand these small things. If you are working on another new report or a new template, how you can adjust all these things right here. So that was the very first code. Now all you need to do is just arrange these boxes or these objects on top of your very first on top of your very first on top of your slide. Now for that, I'll go to the insert ribbon on the top pane, and from the shapes I'll select the rectangle with rounded corners shape, and here you can simply add your elements as you require. And you can copy and paste your elements and arrange it as per the visuals which you are visualizing in your report. So you can add as many visuals as you require. In our template, as I've shown you here, we have three visualizations, two specific cards and two specific slicers, right? And also, if let me take you back to our report. As you can see here, for these icons there is a very good gradient shadow at the back. Similarly for these specific boxes as well. Now in order to have these kind of shadows or these kind of gradients available, this is what we need to do. And I've also for a sample taken a specific object for you if you want to take a look into it as part of the student material. So all you so for that, what you need to do is just simply select any specific object, right? So for that, all you need to do is select the object which you are creating, go to the shape format, and from there you can click on shape effects and select the shadow which you want, right? And just like that, you will get the shadow which you need here. And just like that, you will get the shadow beneath in your object. Now as you can see here, I have given it a pretty good gradient color, so that I can highlight my visual effectively here. So for that, what you have to do is, again you have to go to shadow effects, shadow, and from here you can select shadow options. This will take you to a format shape. This will take you to a format shape pane, from where you can change the color of it. And from here you can change the color as per your requirement, just like this. And if you want to take the same color as I've taken, just simply use the eyedropper and you will get the same color here in your object as well. So that's how you do it simply. And that's how you add the and that's how you add the shadow to your bigger object. Now when it comes to the second object, or the small icon in the middle, this is the icon which we are using in both of these KPI cards, and it looks pretty good, when we are showcasing it along with our KPI card, making it much more meaningful, much more presentable. So for that, what we need to do is, again, I've taken the same object which we have taken before, the rectangle with rounded corners, right? But this time the color which I have given to it is the same as our background color. Now again, a very small thing to consider here is, you have to make sure that you try to highlight your visual as much as possible, right? And in order to give that specific highlight to your visual, you have to give it a background, which can give your visual that level of edge to make it presentable in front of your background, right? So for that, we have given it a lighter shade of purple in front of the dark purple shade, and here I'm putting up this icon here. Now all we need to do here is to have the now 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 all we need to do is give it a better shadow reflection and a good gradient here. So for that, what we'll do is, again, I'll go to shape format, I'll go to shape effects, shadow, and shadow options. This will open up this format shape option, and from here you'll go to effects, and this time from the shadow effects, what you need to do is, you have to select the color which I have taken. You can take the teal colors RGB code by using eyedropper, right? And you can take up the same transparency which I have taken, which I have put up to 60%. I have put up its size to 110%. We can increase or we can decrease as per our requirement. But the one which I considered as ideal, I've taken here and I've put up that same in the student material as well. So that looks pretty good, and now you can use the same, copy the same in the other one as well, right? Or you can put up the same available here. Now important thing to consider here is, these objects, we won't be considering them as part of our overall background template, right? What we will be doing is, we will be taking them separately as part of our image. So what we'll do is, I will right click on it and I will click on save as picture. And once you do that, you can save it in your specific location as a PNG, and then we can import them later in our Power BI report. So once that is done, your first page will be ready. And as you can see here, I have given all of these objects a small border, a outline from here, which you can give as well. And once everything is done, all you need to do is simply, and once that is done, all you need to do is now, now the final thing to save this, to save this first page of our, to save this first background of our first page of our report is, in your report canvas, from your keyboard, select Ctrl A to select all objects, right click on it and group them all together so that they don't get separate out when you take them out. Now all you need to do is just take this whole view. Now what you can do is, now what you can do is simply go to the presentation mode and take the screenshot of this view from your snipping tool, and that just like that, very easily, you can save your very first image. And once that image is taken, you can paste it, you can save it as a png. Now once this image is there in your snipping tool, simply save it in your desired location where you are doing all of your work. Let me save it right here. There you go. And similarly, just like we have designed our very first page, we can design our second page as well. And just like that, our templates, so just like that, our very first template for finance for both page 1 and page 2 is designed. And separately, you can see on page 3, I have also im, expo im, I have also imported certain icons. Now to get these icons, that is also pretty easy in PowerPoint. All you need to do is go to insert, and from there click on these icons, and it has a whole library available with all these, you can, with all these icons available. You can select, you can write in your terminology like business, or you can write in your terminology like uh, let's say graph, and you will get the respective icon available. And once that specific icon is available there, just so for example, I have imported this icon for now. All you need to do is, let's say if I want to change the color of this icon, so what I'll do is, I can, on the graphics format, on the graphic fill, I can go to more fills, or I can use the eyedropper and take one of the colors which I require, and boom, just like that, we have a very good icon available with us. And similarly, we can right click on it and save this as picture as well. Just make sure that you save it by as png format, at that, as that one is much more desirable for our Power BI report. And for your reference, I have I have saved all these bunch of icons for you as well, so you can reuse them when you will be working on your own Power BI report, and very easily consume in your Power BI report. Moving on, now that first and second pages images are saved for you, All you need to do is jump in your Power BI report. This is a blank Power BI report which is open in front of me. And what we need to do is, let me go to my folder. So this is the background which we have created, right? I'll take the path of this background, and in your Power BI report, this is the blank area of canvas. Go to the right hand section on the visualization pane and click on format your report page. And here you will find canvas background and wallpaper. Now the difference between a wallpaper and a background is, when we put an image as a wallpaper, it will also consume this area outside the grid lines, in which we do not really have the power to put up our visualizations. So it is up to you whether you want to keep your background template as a wallpaper or just background in this specific area. So we will be doing this only for canvas background. The first thing we'll do is we'll make its alignment from top to middle. There you go. And now we'll change its canvas background. So first thing first, make the transparency to 0%. Go to browse, and I'll select the first background which I've created. And just like that, once you import it out, you will notice that this is not in the appropriate format, right? So all we need to do is from here is the all we need to do from here is, in the image fit, from normal you can click on fit, there you go, or you can click on fill, but I would suggest fit will be the right option for you. And now you can adjust your visualizations right here, right? And very easily you have created a very good template which you can reuse in multiple reports, multiple tabs, multiple pages pretty easily. And that's how we really do it. So the reason we have designed this firstly in PowerPoint is because it's pretty easy, right? We have been working on PowerPoint for a long time, so you can very easily just work on these templates and reuse them in Power BI. And let's say moving forward, you want to use the same type of PowerPoint, you want to use the same type of template but for any other report, and with a little bit of tweaks and changes, you can always make the changes in your report, in your template, again by ungrouping it, and maybe just simply changing the structure of your layout as per your requirement. So that's pretty easy, right? So that's all what we have for this. In the upcoming lectures, we will be working on Power BI to you we will be working on Power BI to consume we will be working on Power BI to integrate all these amazing visualizations by integrating first our data and then working on all these formats. So that's all what we have for now. I hope you like. Let me know if you have any kind of questions. Feel free to ask it in your comments and I would be happy to answer all of them out. Thank you so much, and we'll meet in the next one.